Making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May, and hello, everyone. I'm Jay. May, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jay. You know, I was just thinking about something funny this morning. I went to make coffee, and the coffee machine was empty. Someone had already used all the coffee before I woke up.
Oh, no, that's a disaster for a morning.
It really is. But you know what? That little moment is actually a perfect way to start today's topic. Because I said someone had already used all the coffee before I woke up. That's the past perfect tense right there.
Wait, past perfect? That sounds serious. Is it hard?
Not at all. And by the end of today, you're going to feel so comfortable with it. We're going to talk, laugh, and figure it out together, just like always.
Okay, I'm in. But first, May, should we tell our listeners something?
Oh, yes. If this podcast helps you learn English in a fun way, please subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this episode with a friend. It really means the world to us.
Yes, and leave us a comment. We read every single one. Okay, May, so past perfect. Where do we even start?
Let's start with the big picture. You know how in life, sometimes two things happen in the past, but one happened before the other?
Yeah, like first you do one thing, then later you do another thing?
Exactly. So the past perfect is how we show which thing happened first. It's like giving your sentence a timeline so people understand the order of events.
Oh, that's actually really cool. So it's like putting a before label on something.
Yes, perfect way to think about it. When I said someone had already used all the coffee before I woke up, using all the coffee happened first, waking up happened second. The past perfect marks that first action.
Okay, so how do we actually make this tense? Like, what does it look like?
Super simple formula. You take had, just the word had, and then you add the past participle of the verb. So it's had plus past participle.
You mean like had eaten, had gone, had finished?
Exactly those. And here's the thing. Had never changes. Whether you say I, you, he, she, we, they, it's always had. No tricks, no exceptions.
Wait, seriously? That's it? Just had plus the verb?
That's it. I had eaten, she had gone, they had finished. All the same structure. English is being kind to us here.
Okay, English, I see you being nice for once.
Right? So let me give you a real-life example. Imagine you go to a restaurant. You sit down, you look at the menu, and you order a burger. But then the waiter says, "Oh, sorry, we sold out of burgers."
Ah, that's so sad. I feel that pain deeply.
We all do. So you could say, by the time I arrived at the restaurant, they had already sold out of burgers. The selling out happened before you arrived. Past perfect.
Oh, so had sold out is the past part.
Yes, had sold out. Had plus the past participle of sell, which is sold. And the word already there makes it feel even more natural.
Okay, wait, you just said past participle. Some listeners might be confused about that. Can you explain it simply?
Great point. So, a past participle is just the form of the verb we use in past tenses. For regular verbs, it looks just like the simple past. Walked, talked, finished, arrived. Easy.
Oh, so walked is both simple past and past participle?
For regular verbs, yes. The tricky ones are irregular verbs, like eat. Simple past is ate, but past participle is eaten. Or go, simple past is went, but past participle is gone.
So I can't say had went?
Nope, it's had gone. But don't worry, you'll learn the common ones naturally over time. For now, just know the formula. Had plus that special verb form.
Okay, this is actually making sense. So when exactly do we use the past perfect? Like, do we use it all the time?
Great question. We use it when we're already talking about the past and we want to go even further. It's like a flashback inside a story.
Ooh, like in movies. You know, when the character is in the present, but then the screen goes blurry and we see what happened before?
That is the perfect analogy, Jay, honestly. The past perfect is the blurry flashback of English grammar.
I love that. Okay, so can you give me another story example? I learn better with stories.
Of course. So imagine this. It's Sunday morning, your friend calls you and says, "Hey, do you want to go to the movies?" And you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I had already made plans."
Had already made plans. So the plans came before the phone call?
Exactly. You made the plans first, then your friend called. So when you explain it, you use past perfect. I had already made plans to show that the planning happened earlier.
This is where things get interesting for me. Like, can we use past perfect without saying the second action?
Oh, absolutely. You don't always need to mention both events. Sometimes the context makes it clear. Like if someone asks you, "Why did you look so full at lunch?" You could just say, "Because I had eaten a huge breakfast."
You don't need to say, before I came to lunch or anything like that.
Right. The question already gives the context, so the answer, "I had eaten a huge breakfast," is enough. People understand it happened before.
Okay, my brain is starting to build the picture. But wait, what's the negative form? Like, how do we say something did not happen before?
Easy. You just add not after had, so it becomes had not, or the short form, hadn't.
So, like, I hadn't finished my homework before the class started.
Perfect sentence, Jay. That means the class started, and before that moment, you had not finished your homework. Hadn't finished. Very natural.
I feel like I'm actually using this now. Wait, can we do questions too?
Yes, for questions, you just flip had to the front. Had you eaten before you came? Or had she called before you left?
Oh, so it's like had plus subject plus past participle. Just move had to the beginning.
Exactly that. Just like have you eaten in present perfect, same idea, but we swap have for had because we're in the past.
You know, I want to ask something. Sometimes I hear people say before and after with past perfect. Is that always necessary?
Good thinking. Words like before, after, by the time, already, when, and just, these are really common with past perfect. They help make the timeline super clear.
Like, by the time the bus arrived, I had already waited for an hour.
Oh, that's a beautiful sentence. By the time plus a past simple event, and then had already waited for what happened before. That's very natural English.
I actually made that up, and it was right?
You did. And that's the thing. Once you understand the logic, your brain starts building sentences on its own. It just clicks.
Okay, I want to try another one. When I got to the party, everyone had gone home.
That is a perfect sentence. And honestly, a very relatable sad one.
Story of my life.
But yes, had gone home is past perfect. Going home happened before you arrived. The past perfect shows that clearly.
Okay, here's the interesting part I've been wondering. Is past perfect used a lot in real life, or is it more like a textbook thing?
It's very real, Jay. You'll hear it in stories, conversations, movies, news reports. Anytime someone is telling a story about the past and needs to go back in time, past perfect is there.
Can you give me a movie-style example, like something dramatic?
Oh, I love this. Okay, imagine a detective story. The detective walks into a room and says, "When the police arrived, the thief had already escaped."
Ooh, so the escape happened before the police got there.
Yes, the thief escaped first, then the police arrived. Past perfect shows that order perfectly. Had already escaped.
This is actually so useful. Like if I'm telling a story and I want people to understand what happened first, I just use had.
You've got it. It's your storytelling superpower. One little word, had, and suddenly your listener knows exactly what order things happened in.
I like that. Past perfect as a storytelling superpower. May, can we talk about some mistakes people commonly make?
Yes, great idea. So the number one mistake, and I hear this a lot, is using past perfect for everything that happened in the past. But remember, you don't always need it.
Oh, so you don't replace past simple with past perfect.
Right. If you're just telling one past event, I ate breakfast this morning, you don't need past perfect. Simple past is fine. Past perfect only comes in when you need to show one thing happened before another past thing.
So, two past actions and one happened first. That's when we use it.
That's the golden rule. Two things in the past, you want to show which one came first. Past perfect marks the earlier one.
What's the second common mistake?
Using have instead of had, like saying, "I have finished" before she came. That's mixing up present perfect and past perfect. Once you're in the past, it has to be had, not have.
Ah, so I had finished before she came, not I have finished.
Exactly. Both actions are in the past. She came is past simple, and I had finished is past perfect. Keep everything in the past time zone.
Past time zone. I like that. Okay, so one more question. What about just? I've heard had just a lot. Is that a thing?
Oh, yes, had just is super common and sounds very natural. It means something happened a very short time before, like I had just sat down when the phone rang.
So the sitting down happened like right before the phone rang.
Yes, just seconds or minutes before. Had just gives that feeling of, wow, the timing was so close. It's very vivid.
That's actually beautiful. I had just fallen asleep when my alarm went off.
Oh, the most painful sentence in the English language, but grammatically perfect.
We've all been there. Okay, let me try to summarize what I've learned. Past perfect uses had plus past participle. It shows something happened before another past action. We use it with words like before, after, by the time, already, just, and when. And we don't use it just for any past event, only when we need to show order.
Jay, that was incredible. Honestly, I could not have said it better myself.
Really?
Really, you just taught it back to me, which is actually the best way to know you've understood something.
You know, this tense felt so scary when I heard the name. Past perfect. Sounds like a grammar exam.
I know. The name sounds fancy, but the logic is so human. We all talk about things that happened before other things. Past perfect is just the English way of saying it clearly.
Okay, I want to try one final sentence. By the time May woke up this morning, someone had already drunk all the coffee.
Oh, wow. You went back to my morning tragedy. But yes, that is a perfect past perfect sentence. Had already drunk. Drink, past participle, is drunk. Excellent.
I'm proud of myself right now.
You should be. And you know what I love? You're not just repeating sentences from a book, you created your own sentence from a story. That's real English learning.
Okay, before we close, listeners, I want to ask you something. Tell us in the comments, can you make your own past perfect sentence? It can be funny, sad, dramatic, anything.
Yes, maybe something like, by the time I discovered this podcast, I had already spent years being confused about English.
That's so good. Drop your sentences in the comments. We love reading them.
And if you enjoy learning with us every day, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss an episode. We're here every single day, making English fun and easy for you.
Share this episode with someone who's learning English. You might just be the reason they finally understand past perfect tense.
Aw, Jay, that's so sweet and so true. All right, English learners, you did amazing today. Keep practicing, keep listening, and remember, every sentence you make is one step closer to fluency.
See you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.